What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another FPL video. Today we're going to be talking about the best captaincy choice for game week 33 for this FPL season 2020-2021. Yes, it is indeed Mo. I know I've had a haircut, so you might not recognise me with a fresh trim. It's about time. 4 months overdue. Yes, I have my trim and I feel so much better. And I hope I look a lot better on screen as well for what you guys can see me. Welcome back to FPL INKLING. My name is Mo, and today we're going to have a really good time talking about the best options for captaincy. The game week is still going on. This has been one of the weirdest weeks in terms of FPL for me. I think it's like 11 days straight. We've got Premier League games, one day after another. So the games are still going on midweek. So I'm going to make sure that I'll go through all the options of the captaincy for myself that I believe are the best captains for game week 33. Before we begin, just the standard stuff we're going to go through. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, help me get to the 500 subscriber target to win that PS5 as a bet. I'm on 212 at the moment, so please click the subscribe button if you are not a channel subscriber and you watch my content regularly. Hit the like button if you like the video that you see today, and also hit the notifications icon to get the latest notifications of when I release my content. So let's get on with it, guys. Let's start on and let's crack on with this week's choices. How is everyone? I hope you guys have had a good week so far, and in game week 32 you guys have got the returns you were looking for. So let's get up my options for captaincy. So number one, for me, it's going to be Mason Greenwood. So let's get him up on screen. There we are. So Mason Greenwood, he has a total of 82 points in the Fantasy Premier League this year so far. He was a player that I had in my game week 1. Obviously, he had a really bad start to the season, had the international errors with England in terms of not following guidance for COVID, and then was dropped from United and the England lineup and kind of lost form a bit. But he's really picked back up again at the tail end of the season, a bit like last year, really has flourished, taken this opportunity for when he's been given a run in the team. So let's go through some stats for him. He's priced at 7 mil, which I think is a really good price for a midfielder of his ability, and with the injury to Martial, he's going to get a lot more game time right now, and then they're not in competitions like FA Cup or League Cup final. So the only thing they're actually playing for at the moment is kind of like the Premier League and the Europa League, kind of like the final knockout stages. So he's only owned by 2.9% of managers, which is still quite surprising. But let's go some of his stats for the last 5 game weeks. So he's got a total of 5 returns, so 4 goals and 1 assist. So he's given you a total of 36 points over the last 5 game weeks. In the last 2 game weeks, he's let alone got double-digit returns. So he's in really good form at the moment. He got a double-digit return against Tottenham and Burnley. He's getting into good positions. Link-up play is really good. He's always in and around the good spots to make sure he can get a good shot on. And the game against Leeds this week, I think it's going to be an absolute great game for him personally, where he will get the spaces. I think he'll start. I don't think he'll be benched or anything. I think he's just in sublime form. I think he'll get the places, like kind of spaces behind the defence to run into, kind of a set a few goals as well for Fernandes or Rashford or Cavani. I think he's really kind of capturing form at the right time. Maybe he wants to give a push for his England position last minute, but I think, overall his finishing ability is absolutely phenomenal. He's really kind of knocking the door for me to really consider him. I was potentially considering him for Jota, but at the moment, I'm sticking with Jota. Let's see how it pans out. But yeah, Greenwood does seem a good shout for me personally, and that's why he's my number 1 choice for captaincy this week. So number 2, I'm going to choose Sadio Mane. So this week, I'm going a bit left wing. I'm going to go a few odd choices. I'm not going to go for the standard Kevin De Bruyne. Obviously, he's playing the League Cup final. Harry Kane, etc. Bruno Fernandes. I'm going to go for a few different options that I've really kind of observed this week and last week in terms of how their performances have been in terms of this competition for the Premier League or other competitions for like European positions or like FA Cups as well. So Sadio Mane is owned by around 5% of managers. 11.7 mil is his price. He's got 135 points, 8 points in the last game week itself. I think it's a really good differential option. So let's have a look at his returns for the last 5 game weeks. So in total, he's given 3 returns, 1 goal with 2 assists, and his total is 22 points. Now, I know it doesn't seem that great in terms of what he's given, but if you look at the last 2-3 games that he's played, he's got some really good positions, and I think, he's He's not really got back to his kind of old destructive self, but I can really see a spark there in midweek in the Champions League, even against Madrid and against Leeds as well. He scored the goal and got 8 points. So I think he's really trying to catch a bit of form now. Got some really good fixtures coming along. Newcastle this week, so I think that'll be a good shout. Then they got United, followed by Southampton, West Brom, Burnley and Crystal Palace. So as you can see, there are some really good fixtures for Liverpool coming up in the next couple of game weeks to the end of the season. I really believe that Mane can catch some form now. I think, you know, he's not had a great season overall, but, you know, there's always a chance that he can actually really deliver and give his best for Liverpool themselves. And I think, you know, with the whole situation that's happened with the European Super League and stuff, I think these clubs are now going to come out and really give their best in terms of themselves and accountability for their clubs as well. So Mane, for me, I know you got Salah, you got Jota, you got Firmino, but for me, Mane, this time, you know, I would put him a bit higher in terms of kind of the current form that he's coming along, and a differential option as well. You know, why not? If you want to catch up people, you want to be a bit different, let's not go for the Fernandezes. Let's go for Sadio Mane as a captain. At number 3, I'm going to pick Iheanacho. Leicester. Where are they? Here we are. So he's owned by around 17% of managers, 6.1 mil in price, 70 points he's got so far. And in regards to his current league form, he's, I think, along with Lingard, probably the best player in terms of stats-wise. So in the last 5 game weeks, they haven't played West Brom yet so far. That's going to be the last game week for game week 32 this week. So let's go back 5 previous game weeks. So a total, he got 50 points so far, 7 goals, no assists, but he's in sublime form. He's even scored in the FA Cup to help Leicester beat Southampton to get to the FA Cup final. And you can see they've got some really crunching fixtures coming up. A lot of green, West Brom, Crystal Palace, Southampton, Newcastle, and then come the 3 toughest games. I think Iheanacho in form will be kind of like the catalyst to ensure that they get into the top 4. Vardy hasn't fired at all since the start of January. It's been a real concern, but Iheanacho has not let down Leicester. Without his goals, I think it would have been an absolute repeat of last year in terms of what happened to Leicester, not qualifying for the Champions League on the final day against Manchester United. But this guy is seriously in good form. He's really good to look out for. You've got players like Perez, Maddison, you know, Barnes coming back soon from injury. You know, he's got the service there. And I think the ethos of Leicester is really, really good. So Iheanacho is going to be a really good shout for you guys to bring in. So that's why I have him as number 3 for my captain or best captain pick for game week 33. At number 4, I've picked Ollie Watkins. Now, Ollie Watkins, to be fair, has been really unlucky, I swear. If he had a hit the bar or post challenge, I reckon he would have won quite a few bets over the last couple of game weeks. Sorry. So he's owned by around 24% of managers. 6.5 million prize, 135 points. He hasn't played this week so far against Man City, still to play. But let's look at his stats for the last 5 game weeks. He got a goal against Liverpool last week and Fulham the game before. So he's got a total of 2 goals and 1 assist, which gives him a total of 3 returns with 24 points in total for FPL over the last 5 game weeks. You know, his fixtures, he's got Man City at home. Obviously, that's not played yet, but he's going to be playing West Brom for game week 33. And I think it's a really good game for him to, you know, it's like a local derby for them. And I think he's going to have a really good chance in terms of service. I know there's no Jack Grealish, but Watkins is always there or thereabouts. And he's been a real kind of like pinnacle point of how Aston Villa performed this season. So I have some really good hopes for him. So that's why I am placing him as potential. Yeah, I would say potential captain for this game week. If you want to go left wing completely, I know he's got high ownership, but how many people are actually going to captain him? I doubt it highly. So Watkins is someone really good to consider. That's why I have him at option 4. And number 5, yep, I'm going to go for one of those star-studded, I'll call the premiums, which is going to be Mo Salah. Now, basically, Salah, the only reason I'm choosing him is because of the fact of, yes, he was rested against Leeds and he came on and he missed a few chances. But if you look at generally Salah himself, you know, he's always there or thereabouts. He's on penalties. And I think, you know, with Newcastle being played, this is going to go one of 2 ways. Newcastle are going to be absolutely dogged. Might be a 0-0. Could win 1-0 for Newcastle. It's actually going to be an absolute riot. I don't see a 1-0 Liverpool. If Liverpool score 1, they'll score like 3 or 4. I think Salah will be a really crucial part of that development. If you look at his stats for the last 5 game weeks, 21 points he's got in total, with 2 returns, which are 2 goals. Now, it's not really much to write home about, but he scored midweek for Champions League games for Liverpool. So who knows, there might be a good form spell around the corner. Again, we discussed the fixtures. They are looking absolutely brilliant when we discussed Mane's. So for me, it'll be an absolute, I think it'll be an absolute, I think it'll be absolutely, criminal in my opinion if you do miss the chance to, actually captain him. I mean, for me, my captain choice this week, I'm still debating it between Salah and Jota. I might even go Fernandes. I'm not too sure because they're playing Leeds and who's going to be more open. So it's going to be quite interesting to see who I feel. I'm more pointing towards Bruno Fernandes because I feel most people are going to go for Salah because of the Newcastle fixture. But we'll see how I feel. But these are my 5 options for my captains for Game Week 33. So you guys can see that, I've gone a bit left wing with some of the options. There's some really good players out there in some really good form. Will the ESL, the whole kind of public reaction, kind of bring the best out of these teams, the big guns who've been involved? I don't know. It's yet to see. Or will it spark a reaction from let's say the 14 other teams that weren't considered? I'm not going to say lesser teams or anything like that. The 14 non-selected teams, will they have a reaction? So it'll be very worthwhile seeing how it all goes. Remember, guys, the deadline is Friday, 8 o'clock to submit your teams and your decisions. Obviously, try to avoid City and Spurs players. Don't make the rookie error of putting a captaincy of any of those players. So, for example, you put it as Kane and Son, because then you won't have then you won't have a captaincy option for the week. Or if you go Kane and De Bruyne, there's no point because they're not playing this game week. You're going to miss out on a really crucial decision of captaincy. So make sure you avoid any Spurs or Man City players as your captain choices. And that's the video for me, guys. That's this week's captaincy choices. Let me know what you think. Let me run through the options again. Greenwood, Mane, Iheanacho, Watkins and Mo Salah. So that's my video, guys. I hope you guys like it. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, get me to the 500 subscribers by the end of the season. I've started small. I want to make this as big as possible. I want to make this the most successful channel I potentially can. So please support me. Give me feedback if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Also let me know how you feel. Hit the like button, hit the notifications icon for notifications. And also, don't forget, please join the league. The FPL INKLING League, the code's on the bottom left of the screen. Join the league and be part of one of the most competitive, if not the most competitive league on FPL itself. If you want to contact me, my details for social media are below. The YouTube channel for FPL INKLING, the Twitter page, and we've also got the Instagram page link as well. So best of luck for Game Week 33. Choose wisely and please avoid Man City and Tottenham players. Best of luck, guys, and I'll see you guys soon.